Hi everyone, today let's see a LeetCode problem which is problem number 31, which is going to be next permutation problem. It's a medium problem but it's actually a very easy one. So let's dive into the problem. For example, for the first input they have given the input as 1, 2, 3 and the output we are getting is 1, 3, 2. So before we get into how we are getting this, let us first look into what is meant by permutations. So if you take the 1, 2, 3, let's look at the permutations of 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 1, 3, 2. Then it's going to be 2, 1, 3. Then it's going to be 2, 3, 1. Then it's going to be 3, 1, 2. Then it's going to be 3, 2, 1. So what they are telling you to give you the next greater permutation. So if you take 1, 2, 3, then the next greater permutation is going to be 1, 3, 2. So that's going to be your output. But if you take this particular permutation 3 to 1, there is no next greater permutation, and at that time you're going to just reverse the entire array. So you'll get 1, 2, 3 as your output. Now, to solve this particular problem, I'm going to first list you out 3 steps, and after listing out those 3 steps, let me explain you each step clearly. And if you take the first step, it's going to be nums of I should be should be less than nums of I plus 1. That's going to be the first step. And your second step is, after this condition is satisfied, you will get an element in your nums of I, right? You have to find an element which is going to be the immediate next greater element of nums of I. For example, if my nums of I is 3, then I have to look at which is going to be my next greater element to 3. So it may be 4, and if this 4 is not there in the array, it may be 5. So we are going to look at that. So next greater element of nums of I. You have to find that and you have to swap both. You have to swap the nums of I with the next greater element. Then we are moving to the third step, that is whatever elements are there after the index I, we are going to just reverse it. These 3 steps can't be understood right now, but if you are going to see it with an example, you are going to clearly understand it. So, to explain with an example, I am going to take the example 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. So, let's solve using this example. To solve this, I am going to start searching from the right end. So I'm going to take I is equal to n minus 2, and here n is going to be the size of my array. And if I'm taking I is n minus 2, then here my I is going to be 4, and I'm going to search every element by two positions. For example, first I'm going to see nums of I, which is 4, and nums of I plus 1, which is 2. So now I'm going to see whether this 4 is going to be less than 2, because that's my first condition, whether nums of I is less than nums of I plus 1 or not. And if you see if it's true or not, it's not going to be. So I'm going to just shift the position of I by, I'm going to reduce the position of I by 1 position. So next it will be whether to check if 5 is less than 4, and even that is not satisfied. So I'm going to the next one. I'll be checking if whether 3 is less than 5, and this one will be satisfied. This one will be true. And what you are going to do that time is you have to check the next greater element of 3, because now my nums of I is going to be 3, right? So I'm going to check in the entire array here. After the 3, if you see, which element is going to be the immediate greater number of 3, and that is going to be 4. So I'm going to swap the position of 3 and 4. If you swap like that, what will be your resulting array? It will be 1, 4, 5, 3, 2, right? So your second step is over. Now we're going to do the last and final step, which is your nums of I array's index was actually 1, right? This 3 is I is equal to 1 index. So I'm going to see after this I is equal to 1 index, here whatever elements are there, I'm going to just reverse it. So it's going to be 5, 3, 2. So I'm just going to reverse it. So I'll get 2, 3, 5. So now if you see the whole array, it's going to be 1, 4, after reversing you get 2, 3, 5. So this is going to be my final output. So this array is going to be the final output. So 3 steps are there. Start from I is equal to n minus 2, compare 2 elements, and if the first condition n nums of I less than nums of I plus 1 is not satisfied, decrement the position of I by 1, and if it is satisfied, take that element as nums of I, and you have to look for the next greater element of nums of I. So in this case, 3 is going to be 4, right? 4 is going to be the next greater element. So I'm going to just swap the positions of both elements. So I will end up in an array like this. And after that, you have to take the index of nums of I, which is I. So after that index, in the right part, whatever elements are there, just reverse them. And after that, whatever the array you're getting, that is going to be your final output. Thank you.